Here we are together again on the radio. And we had a conversation with Jason, the kid who has been dating his so-called girlfriend now for about a year and a half. And they spent all the holidays together, her birthday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. On Valentine's Day, he took her out to dinner and gave her a dozen roses. And now she wants a promise ring, and he seems confused. Now, I must tell you that I told Jason he had no game. And that's why he needs to keep this going without telling this woman the truth, because if he had game, he'd have hot chicks all the time. And when he wanted them to get the hell out, they would get the hell out, and that would be it. There'd be no rings, no ring shopping, no discussing it, no expenses on Valentine's Day. My God, who takes a booty call home to meet mom and dad? Think about that. You're kidding me, right? Ugh. And my booty calls don't meet my friends. And it's not because I'm ashamed of my booty calls. As a matter of fact, over the years, have thought very highly of many of them. Some of them are hot, hot, hot. But the booty calls get the idea that they are somehow more than booty calls. When they meet family and friends, when they spend important holidays with you. And for me, it's a big pain. I don't know. I've had a very hard time, and it isn't for lack of trying. I've had a very hard time over the years getting rid of women, even after telling them, this is over. I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't want to be in this relationship. This isn't a relationship for me. I'm just dating you. This is never going to develop into anything more. I've said all of these things. I've been very graphically specific. And the reason is because it's just impossible to get rid of some of these chicks. Especially if you are rich and successful, as I am. It's impossible to get them to leave. And you may find that hard to believe, but it's absolutely true. Absolutely true. But the reason I know about what Jason's doing is because years ago, many years ago, before I figured out all my own rules through trial and error, I did the exact same things he's doing. I took girls home. Are you kidding? I used to just, nothing I loved better, because my parents, you know, were old-fashioned from another era. Nothing I loved better than take some girl I was banging and bring them to my parents' house and then making my mother make up the guest bed. Just because I was into shocking her. Like I like to shock you. I was into shocking Mom. Mom would be ready to set up 2 separate beds. I go, no. Just set up 1 guest room. That'll be fine. And Mom would dutifully get the job done, realizing that this bed was going to require some serious laundry to be done after I was done using it. I particularly enjoyed that. And I remember how these women who came home to visit my parents, these women actually thought this had meaning. You know, they would meet my siblings, they'd meet my parents, and they actually thought this meant I cared about them. And in reality, I was just doing it for my own fun. But somewhere along the way, I realized there were certain things I was doing with women that gave them the idea that I gave a crap when I didn't. And then it became impossible to get rid of them. So it became necessary for me to stop doing those things. Not buy them gifts. Not buy them flowers. Not buy them chocolates. Not buy them champagne. Not buy them dinner when I could avoid it. Or if we had to eat something, not buying anything expensive. Not taking them on expensive trips. Every one of these things you do leads women to believe you care. And you see, I'm not advocating that you lie to them. On the contrary, I'm advocating that you let them know for sure that you're a player and there's plenty of chicks where she came from. And you do not need to tell a woman you're in love in order to have sex with her. You just don't need to do that. There are women from my recent past who I have had sex with. They know that essentially it was sex and maybe a little conversation, and that was all they were going to get. Some of them left in a huff. Some of them kept coming. Some of them would still show up if I called them tonight. This idea of letting chicks think you love them in order to get sex is more trouble than it's worth. You're better off telling them you're rich or you're a producer or you're a screenwriter. But when you start telling them you love them, they're impossible to get rid of. And at some point you want to get rid of them. You don't want them calling. You don't want them coming over. You don't want them asking what you're doing for Thanksgiving. You don't want them coming to your door uninvited. You're much better off telling them you don't give a crap. And if you have game and you have confidence, a certain percentage of them will continue to come around. Some won't. Many will. I don't understand you guys who tell chicks you love them or spend important holidays with them or birthdays or worst of all. You know, they'll come up with some date they'll call your anniversary. And that's essentially the date the two of you first had sex. They'll pick that as the anniversary date in the absence of a wedding. That will be your anniversary. And then they'll expect to see you every anniversary or expect to see you, go out with you every anniversary, or they will expect that you're going to make a big deal about that. When in reality, you probably popped 3 chicks that week. It was no big deal to you. Does it really make sense to lead chicks to believe you love them in order to get laid?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I just think this show is just disgusting today.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Anna, hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Anna.
So I was driving home from school, and I was listening to the gentleman you had on about the promise ring.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of in that same situation, minus the promise ring, and I don't really know what to think of all of it. And I don't know what it really means, so I thought maybe you could help me out here.
What do you mean?
Well, because I love my boyfriend, and I've told him, and he just has reacted in such an odd way, and he's straight up told me he doesn't love me, and he doesn't want to be in love right now, but he still cares about me and likes being with me, and he wants to take it slow and slow down the transition of things because it's going too fast. But he thinks we could be something special. And I mean, am I being naive and waiting around for him, or?
Well, first of all, at 19, why are you in such a rush?
I'm not. See, that's what he said too. I'm not in a rush. I have these feelings, and I don't want. I'm not the type of person that can just keep them in. You know, if I feel them, I want to be like, you know what? I love you, and that's exactly.
Yeah, but can I tell you something? You don't.
Yeah.
You're too young to know if you love him.
Well, see, and I've never, ever been with someone longer than like a month other than him. And to me, love is just like, I always get excited when I see him, and I just want to be with him, and I don't know, I just want to be with him, you know?
But you can be with him without being boyfriend and girlfriend or being in love. You can be with him as a friend. You can be with him as a friend with benefits.
No, and I understand that, and I mean, that's fine, but my thing is, like this guy was saying, this girl was just a glorified booty call for him. I mean, I don't know, I'm just worried.
Well, all the lines he's using on you are the kind of lines that guys use to let you, he told you, I don't love you. I think he was pretty specific.
I know, but it's like, well, maybe, like he said, like maybe, I mean, he said it doesn't mean I don't want to love you or I never will. you know?
But it also doesn't mean he ever will.
Yeah, but it's like, why would you keep them around?
Because you're a good piece of ass.
But I would hate to think that I was just that.
I know you would hate to think that, but you better start thinking that.
Well, I even asked him.
What's he going to do? He's going to tell you? Yeah, and he'll tell you look fat in those pants, too.
Well, but what if this is the one, like, incident where he just really wants to wait it out and take it slow?
It's not. At his age, how old is he?
He's 24.
Yeah, he's also too young for a serious relationship.
Well, so is it that he just likes to have sex with me? Or that maybe he really does like me?
Oh, like you and love you are two different worlds. There are people I have sex with that I like.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I love them.
So, I mean, we've already had, like, him and I have already had this conversation, you know, obviously many times. So how do I bring it up to him in a way that he's not just going to, you're just such a broken record, or he uses these same lines and I just, you know, believe them and say, oh, well, okay, I guess he's right. I mean, he's telling me these things. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, he's telling you the truth.
Yeah. But, I mean, if he...
You're trying to rewrite what he said. You're trying to give it a different meaning than it had. I don't love you is pretty clear.
Yeah. But he also said that, you know, maybe he would.
Well, yes, because that's, again, because he doesn't have the guts to say, I don't love you and I may never love you.
So he probably is like this guy who just likes having me around, but if it were to end, then he'd just find someone else?
Yeah, because of the age he is and the age you are.
Yeah.
That's very common.
No, I know it's common, but it's just not what I want.
Well, I know it's not what you want, dear, but you see, you're at an age where you fall in love with guys, and you don't give any thought to whether it's a good thing for you to do or a good way for you to feel, or whether guys really want that at your age.
Well, I wish I could, but I just can't stop those things, you know, especially when...
Well, you could if you knew how guys really feel.
I know, that's why I'm calling you.
At your age, guys just, you know, remember the song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Guys just want to get laid.
See, and he said, well, we have a lot of fun together. Like, what is that? What the hell does that mean?
You know exactly what it means. It means he doesn't think about marriage or babies or living together or any of those things when he thinks of you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's what it means. By the way, I've said that exact line to women. When they ask me the questions you ask, hey, we have so much fun.
So should I just get out before I get in too deep, even more than I already am?
Sounds like you're in too deep. Hang on a second. Gia, what did you want to say here to Anna?
Well, I feel really bad for this girl, but, like, being so young at 19 and this guy being young like you, I mean, you don't even know what kind of a man you need to marry to even make yourself happy. You don't even know how to make yourself happy. And to expect this young guy to also know for himself, and, you know, if he doesn't love you, I mean, you can't, don't put your heart that he's gonna. I just want to screw you. For now.
See, everyone says I'm so young, I don't even know who I am, but
you don't.
Just wanting to be with him and being happy that we're together, like, why does love have to be so complicated? Why can't it just be, I love you, I want to be with you, and then
because it is. Because, well, first you're saying I love you, and the next thing you want to shop for rings.
Well, I told him I don't want to get married with anyone until I'm out of school, which isn't going to be for another 5-6 years. I mean, it doesn't mean we have to get married, but
it might mean you want to live with him. It might mean you want to have children out of wedlock. He doesn't know what that means.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, the fact that he is actually honest enough and has the nuts to say,
I don't love
you. Instead of telling you, okay, and dragging your heart through the mud, at least he has the nuts to tell you he don't love you. Be grateful for that and just hang out, but don't expect anything.
Right. Well, that's how I feel about my friends. I like their companionship. We have a lot of fun together.
Wait till college till you meet a whole bunch of guys and you have a more variety to choose from. You don't even know what this guy's going to be like. And you're going to change too much to even make that kind of decision. You don't know what you'll be like when you're 24. You have a whole different mindset.
It's like, why
It's ridiculous
can't you
to settle now.
be in love? I mean, I think having someone to go through changes with that you're in love with would make it even that much better.
Yeah, but some people change and don't end up agreeing on the same things right now. You guys are kids. Later on, you'll be different. He won't be the kind of man, and maybe he will, but, you know, don't, for now, you just got to just stop thinking about guys, period. I would say just have fun and worry about yourself.
I can't be with someone casual.
Well, then you're going to get disappointed an awful lot. That's what's going to happen.
Yep, and listen to you over and over.
Though, I mean, like, for guys in general?
Well, yeah, guys are... Oops, sorry.
Guys, look, guys are going to be like the guy with the promise ring that you heard on the show, Jason.
Yeah, and when it's meant to happen, it'll be different if it's meant to happen. But you can't force it, and you can't from every guy you meet.
Yeah.
They aren't listening to relationships, and you can't expect it just because you think that way.
Yeah. Well, I just figured obviously we have a connection, and I just felt...
No, but the connection, you know where the connection is? Between your legs.
Yeah, and you'll connect with a whole lot more people. Just wait. It's all right. There'll be another guy you'll be crying for in 4 more years from now, and until you learn.
Yeah.
You'll get ready. You'll be ready when you're ready, but it ain't now, and he told you. And you're not going to be able to get over it anyways. Now you're going to hate him because he doesn't love you.
Yeah.
You're never going to get over it. So you're damaged. Your relationship's doomed now. You'll never get over this.
Well,
sorry.
There's a possibility that he just wants to wait it out and just take it slow. I mean, like waiting with a relationship to have sex, that makes it better than just doing it right away.
No, not to a guy.
Waiting to say love.
By the way, did you wait or did you have sex right away?
No, I did wait.
Really? Do you think it was better for him? I'll bet he tried every single time he went out with you.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, so it wasn't better for him, it was better for you.
Yeah.
You see, what's happening here, dear, is that you are taking your feelings and projecting them onto him, thinking that he feels the same way you do.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he acts the way he has been acting, how could I think otherwise?
What do you mean? He just told you love him, he doesn't love you.
Well, other than that.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. So you think I'm just being a pushover and staying with him?
Well, he already told you the truth.
No, I know.
You know, a lot of these guys are like Jason with the promise ring. You have a guy who told you the truth.
Yeah. So you think I should just either accept being his glorified booty call, or I should just move on until I find what I'm looking for?
Yes, but I want to tell you, at 19, you can't expect to find much more at this time.
Yeah. Maybe I should just keep what I have then.
Hang on a second. Carol, what do you want to say to Anna here? Hello.
Okay, you really, really have to get a clue. Seriously, if he's telling you that he doesn't love you, that's like the hugest sign right there. And
by the way, that's not a clue.
I mean, you just that's a slap in the face. You
that's
just
a
have
fact.
to take that and just go with it. This relationship's over and move on. I mean, are you in school or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in college?
Mhm.
Then this should be the time that you are out there having fun. And I mean, if you want to have a booty call, you go have a booty call.
But
there is going to be another guy just down the street. I mean, anywhere you go in college, you can find whatever you want.
And I get hit on all the time, but it's like I don't want that. I want to be.
But do you want to be with someone that doesn't love you and tells you that? I mean, you have to get some self-esteem and just say, you know what, I deserve better than that. And maybe this isn't the time. You're 19 years old.
I know.
Go have fun. I mean, he's 24 and he's still.
Like, how can you? But it's love skews things, obviously, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, but it's not. It's unrequited. He's not in love with you. So just imagine how much better your relationship would be if he actually loved you. So he's not going to be able to give you that. And why wait around for some jerk that tells you he doesn't love you?
I don't know. Maybe false hope.
Yeah, you're 19 years old. I promise you that 5 years from now, you're going to look back and think this guy's a jerk, I'll say, and that you could have done so much better. Why did you waste years of your life with this guy?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Guaranteed. You just have to get over this and just move on. And just realize that you can find any guy you want that is going to treat you better than this. But more importantly, why do you need that? You are 19 years old. Go have fun. There are a lot of hot guys out there.
All right, Carol, thank you. Let me get Greg on here. Greg, what do you want to say to Anna?
Hey, Anna, seriously, I don't mean to be mean, but seriously, you just need to grow up. I know you're 19 years old. I'm 23. I'm pretty young myself. But love is really, it just really shouldn't be, like, the priority in your life. You need to, like, start, just getting your priorities straight. Find something to do. Get yourself occupied. Think of something else to do than just, spending your life trying to please this one guy and getting him to fall in love with you.
It's not that love is a priority. I'm fine with him saying I don't love you, but give it time. I'm fine with that. But what I'm not fine with
stop giving it time. Really, stop giving it time.
Girlfriend label.
Stop. Really. If you keep giving it time, you're just going to keep setting yourself up for disappointment. The rest of your life, you're just going to be sitting there wondering, oh, when is he going to fall in love? When is he going to fall in love? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And even if it does, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you could just actually start, making him miss you. If you stop calling him every once in a while, maybe he'll miss you a little bit. Maybe he will fall in love. But you know what? If not, if he doesn't start missing you, oh, well, you got to move on. Find something else. Find someone else. Whatever. It really doesn't matter. Or you could just have fun like him and use him for his,
Yeah.
That's it. But really, you shouldn't waste your time trying to get someone to fall in love with you. It's you're just hurting yourself. Seriously.
Yeah.
Really, no point. Just grow up. Grow up. That's all I can say. You just kind of got to grow up a little faster, and find something that you enjoy, because if the only thing you want is a family. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I do have things that I enjoy that I do on my own. It's not like this guy encompasses my life, but
it doesn't. But it's on your mind. It seems like it's a.
For me, from my way of thinking, it's so mixed. Like, why does he call me every night? Why does he text me all the time? Why does he
wants to get laid?
That's exactly.
He wants to get laid.
Wants to get laid. He wants to get laid. Exactly.
But it's got to be something deeper than that.
It doesn't.
I've said what I said. I think maybe it'll sink in one day, maybe not. But that's all I got to say.
No,
and can I get out with a bong hit?
All right, Greg. I'll give you the bong hit. We'll take one more call then. Monique, say hi to Anna. Monique.
Can you hear me, Tom?
Yes.
Hi, Anna. How are you, sweetie?
Good. How are you?
Good. Listen, I'm 34 now, and I was 19 when I met my now husband, and I was just so in love with him, and I got knocked up at 20, okay? Then I got knocked up at 23, and then I had my last child, who's now 4. I just want to tell you, sweetie, stop focusing on your age. Focus on your future, your goals, traveling, join a sorority. Keep yourself busy, and when you do that, you become more interesting to these guys. And have a variety, just like they do. Change your frame of mind. Have a choice out there. Find the guy that you want to hang out with. Find the guy that you maybe want to hook up with. Find the guy that you want to party with, and have your variety there. Have your team.
She doesn't want that, though. She wants to be in love.
But I'm telling you, honey,
and she is auditioning for the part of serious boyfriend. She's written a script, and she's holding open auditions right now.
And you know what? The more you keep entertaining those thoughts, the more you're going to lose time on things that you can be doing right now. What are you doing right now? Are you in college or?
Yeah, I'm going to school. I'm working. Okay. I'm living on my own. I mean, I have my own life. It's not like I'm doing what I'm doing at school to please him. I mean, I'm doing my own thing. He's doing his own thing. But
do you have a social life, an active social life other than him?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you I'm just telling you from a standpoint of being 34, I missed my 20s. I missed my early 30s, and I'm just trying to give you the advice. Yeah. Enjoy this time. Really, there's so much time that you'll have to meet the right guy down the road. And just have fun. Change your, toughen up your mind right now with this guy and say, you know what? I really dig this guy. He's cool to hang out with. Don't fall in love with him. Just have a great friendship with him. And if you enjoy the hookup, then do that too. But you've got to change
take control of your mind and just turn it around a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, your mind is powerful, honey, and he's got a powerful mind of his own. That's why he's doing what he's doing. He's going, hey, I'm here, you're cool, I like you, but you know what, I'm not in love, and that's too much. So just kind of put a little light switch on in there. You know what I'm saying? And put the power in your hands now. Yeah. And trust me, you know what? He might be ringing you up a little bit more than he's doing now.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you, dear. Thank you for the call.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I just think this show is just disgusting today.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show from our nation's capital, Los Angeles, California. Now 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Paul on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Good. How are you, Tom?
Great.
Great. You know, I wanted to chime in here. I'm calling from Chicago, a suburb of. I'm 32, about to turn 33, and I hear a lot of your callers are about 19. I've been listening for like the last week and a half. And I've noticed that your callers are kind of on the younger side. And I've noticed that some of the people who call in to review what they're saying things like that they're too young or they don't know. And I think that's a misleading statement. I think that's something that is not exactly a true statement. I think
sure
love's a powerful thing.
No, but I think when you're a kid, you mistake lust for love or infatuation for love.
Absolutely.
And that's what we have here. That's what's happening.
Sure, absolutely. But I think at the same time, these kids have to realize that, you know, in your lifetime, things are going to change. And you have to be ready for that change.
Yeah, but right now, if you're 19, you think you're in love, and you're usually not.
Sure.
And so the thing is, if a caller is 19 or 20 or 22, I try to encourage them to date a variety of people and not be tied up in a relationship because, first of all, the divorce rate is obscene these days.
Absolutely. Now, I'm a divorced male at 32.
Right.
And I know how that feels. But what I'm saying is, like your last caller that you had on.
Right.
I think that I heard a lot of the reoccurring theme from your callers calling in to talk to her, which was, you're too young and you don't understand.
And I agree with them. Why don't you agree with that?
Because I don't think it's because I feel that love's pretty powerful and that.
But I think that when you're 19, you fall in love with a lamppost. You fall in love with a fire hydrant. You fall in love with everybody who says hello to you. I mean, it's not the same as when you've been an adult for a while.
No, right, and I can appreciate that, but I don't think it's because they're too young to understand. I think it's because they just haven't experienced enough in life. You know, at 32...
Well, whatever the reason, you're saying the same thing for a different reason.
Right.
When you're 19, you don't have the experience to know that whether you're in love. The guy told her, I'm not in love with you. How much more do you need to hear?
Oh, no, absolutely, and she should hear from that. Right from that, she should understand that no guy that wants to be with her, not that specific guy, but she shouldn't give up. You know, I mean... Yes,
she should. It's too soon to be falling in love with guys.
It may not be too young.
Because at her age, guys just want to get laid.
That's not entirely true.
Generally, it is.
Okay, but...
Like I always say, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Like I always say, there was a guy a few weeks ago, I love talking about this story, a guy fell out a 16-story window and lived. Now, occasionally somebody will live. Does that mean we should all jump out the window?
No, absolutely not.
All right, so the fact that it's possible once in a while, that man bites dog, that it's possible that someone would fall in love and at 19 and the other person would be in love with them too, and that they would understand and that they would stay together for a long time. It's remote. So really, people should not be looking for that.
Well, no, she shouldn't be. She shouldn't, at her age, she should not be looking at tying down to anything at her age.
But she is.
But maybe that's the mistake of society, that maybe it's our fault that she feels that way.
No, I don't really care about what's society's fault. You know, we live in the soup in which we sit, okay? Like a bunch of chicken and noodles, okay? You can't change the soup you're in.
Sure.
We live in the society in which we live, and therefore, we must adapt accordingly. And in the society in which we live, 19-year-old guys don't fall in love with 19-year-old girls. They want to have sex with them.
But what about the olden days where...
We're not in the olden days. Today, the life expectancy is 81 years old. People don't get married at 13 and die at 40 like they did at the turn of the 20th century.
All right, I can agree with you there.
So times have changed.
Yeah.
We live in an era, like for example, here's an example that you can actually put your finger on. Remember the TV show Seinfeld? Here was a TV show, which plenty of people related to, about a bunch of people who are 40 and single and showed no signs of hooking up permanently with anybody. And lots of people related to that show because that's the way life is today. This isn't the olden days.
No, I know it's not the olden day, but love is still possible.
Yeah, well,
we can't give up
anything is
entirely.
possible.
Love can't be found at that age.
All kinds of things are possible. It's probably possible to build a ladder to the moon, but I wouldn't try.
But I think that's, I don't know, that's one way of looking at it, but I think the other way of looking at it is that she may not be too young to know what she wants.
But the point is, she's too young to stay with any one person. She needs to have experiences, even if she doesn't have sex with everybody. She needs to date a variety of people. She needs to get to know a variety of people before she can make these decisions, before she can know if she's in love with anybody.
Okay. That I'll give you.
It's too soon for her to be locking down with people.
But it's not entirely possible at the age of 19 not to be in love with somebody.
But it's also possible that you're in love with somebody because you're stupid, because you're ignorant, because you're immature, and you don't know what you're doing. You know, when I was 10, I wanted to drive a fire truck.
Okay.
Do you think that would have been a good idea?
No.
Well, I thought I could do it, and I knew I wanted to do it, and I thought it was highly unlikely. I thought it was highly unlikely that I would have an accident.
Sure, but Tom, now you're talking about a difference of a 10-year-old and a 19-year-old.
But the point is, I'm talking about something that is age appropriate or age inappropriate.
Okay.
At 12 years old, there's people who want to drive their dad's car, and they know they can do it. They just know it. Should they do it?
No, I guess not.
So just because somebody says they're in love and they know it for sure, maybe they don't.
Maybe she doesn't. Yeah, you're right. But it's not entirely possible. I mean, you got to...
No, you're saying it's not... First of all, you're saying... Let me correct you. What you're trying to say is it's not entirely impossible. But there's plenty of things that are not entirely impossible. But they're so unlikely, you shouldn't waste your life waiting for them. The Tom Leykis Show. Chris. Hello.
It is an honor. It is an honor.
Thank you so much.
I had to tell you, something really, really remarkable just happened. You must be reaching us in Arizona at a geometric rate. I pulled into a gas station. There was only 4 pumps. And on every pump, there's a guy about my age. You know, it fluctuated a little bit. But every single one of us, you could hear our stereos. We were tuned into the Leykis Show, and I thought that was. I mean, it was just a great feeling. It was like a brotherhood.
I love that. What part of town was that in?
That was in Mesa, Arizona, right about Country Club in the US 60, if anybody knows where that's at. But no, I all my friends listen, everybody at work. I mean, you're doing a great job, and I think a lot of these girls they can't take what you say because there's too much truth. It's pure truth, everything you say, and you know, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to get on your good side. It's just the truth. Everything you say is, and they cannot handle it. There's nothing they can say that can counter what you have to say and what you have to offer us guys out here that make our mistakes. And I really appreciate what you're doing for us out here. And I just had to call and let you know.
Chris, thanks a lot for the call. Our email address, tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.